Hello, this is Maria Avdeeva from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Today is the 17th of March and 22nd day of Russian war against Ukraine. I'm staying in Kharkiv for more than 3 weeks now, witnessing how this vibrant, young, beautiful city now becomes a ghost town with no people outside, with families hiding in the underground, with constant shellings and bombardments of the residential areas. Here you see that almost all the buildings are without the windows. It means that these families that used to live here are now flee Kharkiv or hide somewhere because they have no place where they can stay. You hear the shells right now when I speak to you. That it doesn't stop day and night. Russia continues terrorizing my city. But I know and I believe that we will win, because we are protecting our country, our city, my Ukraine. And I ask you, please continue supporting Ukraine. We need your help. Only together we can win. Do whatever is possible for Ukraine. And together, united, we will win in this war. Thank you all for your support. Slava Ukraini!
The brave Maria Avdeeva giving the latest from down on the ground in Kharkiv, and joining us now live from Kharkiv. Maria, thanks for being with us here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So that report was from Thursday. We're now going into the next day of this Russian invasion, and you're saying that shelling has only increased, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted today to go out to the shop to get some food, and actually on my way the very heavy shelling started, and I had to go and hide in the nearby building, which actually already was destroyed. That's why I was able to get into it, and then I went back home because I got immediately the message on my phone that there is an air sirens now. We have a special app that informs you when you should go home, and so I went back, and it's still here that the shelling continues throughout the city, and actually Russia is intensifying the shellings of the residential areas. Today in the morning, the university building was destroyed and the 2 nearby houses, and we again have casualties among civilians.
Maria, we're just showing some of this video that you took today of the destruction.
Right.
This is one building. Does everything look like this? How expansive is it?
Yes, exactly. So that used to be a business center close to the city center, where I actually got because it was there had no doors and no windows, and I wanted to hide there because of the shelling. And so the nearby areas look the same, or even so, or are completely destroyed. So that means that this building was close to the place where explosion happened, because you see there are no windows, no doors there, and people left everything how it was. And some nearby places are just completely destroyed in ruins. So this building without the window in outside, this is the city council, Kharkiv city council, and I actually saw from my window when the Russian attack was made on that area during one of the days. So it is the city center is heavily destroyed, and I don't understand how much time it will take to rebuild Kharkiv so that it will be returning to some kind of normal life, because now there are almost no one on the streets. People are constantly hiding. Some families are living in the underground for more than 3 weeks now, with children there and sleeping on the floor on some carpets and blankets, and others are spending their time in the basements. Of course, it's very bad for the children. They are very stressed, terrified, and they have this war experience, and traumatized children because of the war. And actually, we here were never thinking that it might happen to Ukraine in this time and in this year.
Maria, I do want to point out, though, I love the end of this video because you pan to the outside of the window where the Ukrainian flag is flying high. Is that representative? Is that symbolic of the spirit of the Ukrainian people, even through the adversity?
Exactly. So I try to find such things to be more optimistic and to have a hope that war will end soon or we will have a ceasefire. And I always try to give that kind of signs to people in my videos or in my posts, because we are here and our military are protecting Ukrainian land. And when I speak to our military and territorial defense people who actually came, took weapons, and now are defending our country without probably some military experience, they all say that there's no any way for them to step back, because the only way is for them to fight, because they are protecting their children, their families, women, and the houses, and so they stay very strong. And we all feel that we are very united now in this fight against Russian invasion.
Well, there's probably a lot of people who are watching right now who are saying, why hasn't she fled yet? We're hearing thousands of people are fleeing every single day, trying to get away, trying to get to safety because resources are running low right now. Explain your story and why you're staying.
I was researching Russian disinformation since 2014, when actually Russia started this war against Ukraine. And since that, it was only developing. And when this invasion happened on 24th of February, I saw immediately huge disinformation wave coming from Russian media. And I just couldn't stand these lies, because everything is turned upside down. For example, Russian media claim that this is Ukrainian military shelling our own residential areas. They claim that there are no losses among civilian population in Ukraine. They claim that Ukraine is blowing up our hospitals and schools on purpose. So I cannot stand that, and I want to share and to show what the truth is, to show to the people throughout the world, to international audience, what is actually happening in Ukraine, because I know that Russia is investing huge resources in promoting that kind of disinformation and lies. And I want to stop that, and I do what I can. I see myself in this information battlefield, and I fight with what I have with information.
And what kind of response have you had, Maria? Because these views on these videos that you're posting to social media are very high. So there's a wide audience that is hearing your message, seeing your videos.
I get great response throughout the world and very much support from all countries. I don't know, starting from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, all over through Europe, United States, Canada, Britain. So many people support me, and I then give this support to people around myself, because it is very important for Ukrainians to understand that all the world stands with us, that all countries are now united with us, and that we are all together fighting with this war. But then also I sometimes get offensive messages from Russian bots and trolls, and I try not to pay attention to that. But anyway, that is you should understand that Russian troops are very close, and of course they try to threaten and act aggressively to those people who stand up and protest and fight with Russia openly.
Going into another week of war, what are your expectations for the people who are there, for the military operations, for escalation from Russia?
Well, I think that what it looks like now, Russia is not going to de-escalate. They again are bombarding new and new Ukrainian cities. Today we had a report that city of Lviv, which is almost on the western border, close to Poland, was bombarded. And throughout Ukraine, cities are under constant attacks. And that is why what Ukrainians need and what we ask for is to military support, to support by weapons, so that Ukrainian military will be able to defend the sky, because that is what now Russia uses. They cannot do anything on the ground. They were not able to get control over any major city in the on-the-ground operation. because they have young conscripts here who do not know what they actually do in Ukraine and why they were sent here. And Russia and the pilots are often shut down in their planes, and then on cameras they give evidence that their commanders told them to bombard residential areas, and we collect also these evidences of war crimes. So Russian morale is low, and Ukrainians are protecting our country, but we of course need the most support that can be given to Ukraine, and I really hope for that, and I hope that some kind of negotiations will take place. We know that there have been already 4 rounds of talks between Russia and Ukraine, and I really hope for the ceasefire, because that will allow that no Ukrainian people will be dying, especially no children and no women, and of course no one. So I want that for the best way when we have the ceasefire coming, and I really look forward to it.
Maria Avdeeva, we appreciate you joining us here on the show. We appreciate you capturing these images from down on the ground, doing what you can to battle misinformation and so much more. Your bravery is extremely impressive. So we thank you for that.
Thank you so much for having me. It's very important to have this possibility. Thank you.
Absolutely.